Martin was born in 1980. He was born with a traumatic brain injury and later diagnosed with autism.
Martin was the youngest of 11 children. James, his brother, is number 9.
Born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, refugee heritage, Vietnamese. Growing up, my sister and I were very close to him, and not just proximate in age, but also, just taking care of him.
A big part of home is community, especially for their family.
And the family was talking about, why not move to California? Because, there's a large Vietnamese community, largest outside of Vietnam.
Another important factor of a California move for Martin was specifically our laws.
California kind of policy and law around disabilities, it sounds wonderful, right? Sounds like this is game-changing in many ways.
California was appealing because of our probate code, the laws that oversee our conservatorship system, as Martin was under a conservatorship due to his disability. But what many don't know is there's different types of conservatorships. There's the most widely known general conservatorship.
And those are primarily utilized for adults that have aged or are experiencing Alzheimer's or dementia and just aren't capable of managing their finances and affairs any longer. And then we have limited conservatorships.
Limited conservatorships are for adults with developmental or intellectual disabilities.
And limited conservatorships are unique in the way that they were specifically designed to limit the powers of conservators. I mean, it was really designed to be specific to the need of the person.
That's why when a limited conservatorship is proposed, 7 separate powers are considered. These powers consist of the right to choose living arrangements,
whether somebody's going to be living in a community group home or their own apartment,
having access to confidential records, the right to contract,
the right to sign up for a cell phone or to sign a lease for a rental living situation,
the right to give or withhold consent to medical treatment.
That's a big one that is frequently requested by families.
Making educational decisions.
That can be implemented to make choices around career and job as well.
Power over social and sexual relationships, and the right to marry. It's designed in a way where certain powers can be stripped and given to a conservator depending on the conservatee's needs. And Barbara knows the system through and through. She previously spent 10 years working in multiple regional centers, facilities spread throughout California to provide services to individuals with disabilities and their families. But Barbara kept feeling like she was running into walls and restrictions at work, especially regarding conservatorships. That's why she turned to researching these centers, trying to figure out why the system wasn't working the way she thought it would. And what she found were some serious concerns.
The system in itself, on paper, looks great, but in reality, we had a very totally different experience.
It's also what Martin's family experienced. Regional centers are required by law to submit an assessment of the proposed conservatee to the court.
This is specifically for limited conservatorships. So regional center is tasked with doing an assessment that's going to review the appropriateness of the conservatorship. Is it needed?
But Barbara found the laws not translating. She says with the 21 regional centers, there's 21 different ways of doing things.
But there's really no overall discussion of what's expected, how are they going to do it, and what needs to be done. There's nothing.
Since there's no overall guidance for the centers, someone's chance of being conserved could depend on who they meet with and what regional center they're at.
It should depend on the person and their needs, not the bureaucracy guiding the process.
Her research has also found a lack of individualization for those being placed under the conservatorship, resulting in more power being taken from them.
I think it was 60% of all the requests were for 7 out of 7 powers, which that alone is showing it's not being individualized. There is just a total disregard for the client's desires.
Not considering the conservatee themselves is a sentiment James understands on behalf of his brother.
We would not wish this on anybody. This is not what we thought California would be, It failed. I think the system has failed.
And he's not alone. Many we've spoken with throughout our ongoing investigation believe our bureaucracy and the way the system is set up favors power and money over people. Now, if you or someone you know is impacted by a limited conservatorship, we'd love to speak with you.